weeks ago, in my very own hometown, a man become a millionaire from prison and then escaped, and they still ain't found him. He gone. He gone. And this stuff interests me anyway, but it's in my hometown. I'm very interested. All right, let's get into it. There is a federal prison camp in Jesup, Georgia. One of the inmates literally walked off the property. Okay? His name is Arthur Lee Cofield Jr. Baby, this man allegedly committed one of the biggest, humongous financial frauds ever orchestrated from inside an American prison. Okay? This is crazy. This is some crazy stuff. Nobody even talking about it no more, because they know he gone. He gone. He in Brazil, Cabo, somewhere living his best life. Anywho, it all started whenever he was 16. He grew up around Atlanta, and as a kid, like, he was not known to be smart with computers or any of that. Raced motocross. People who knew him said he was really good, like nationally competitive good. But racing is expensive. And according to the people who knew him, money started kind of disappearing around the tracks, and eventually his life just took a completely different turn. 16 years old, he robbed a bank in Douglasville, Georgia with a handgun. He got away with about $2,600 for about 5 minutes. Then the dye pack exploded. The getaway car crashed. Everybody got arrested. He was sentenced to years in prison. Honey baby, prison didn't stop him. It upgraded him. Most people in prison are like trying to pass time. Arthur apparently decided, I'm going to become Wall Street. Over the years, the prison staff kept finding contraband phones on him, like hidden in shampoo bottles, hidden in his clothes, even in the folds of his stomach. One time, after officers confiscated another phone, he reportedly said, I've had hundreds of phones. Okay. This is where it gets insane. Using those phones and people helping him on the outside, of course. Nobody knows who. Prosecutors say he gathered personal information on very, very wealthy people. Then he would literally call investment companies pretending to be the account owner. Those victims was a billionaire movie producer, Sidney Kimmel. Authorities say Arthur convinced people he was Kimmel, and he got access to his investment accounts and moved $11 million. This man is locked up. That's what I'm wondering. What you gonna do with $11 million in prison? Arthur said he gonna buy some gold. Thousands of American Eagle gold coins. Why? Because gold is easier to move than giant bank transfers. Investigators say the gold was shipped to Georgia, where his associates picked it up, and the large amounts of money have never been recovered. He still got that money. And somebody using one of his aliases bought a $4.5 million Buckhead mansion with cash. Hard cash. Duffel bags full of money. According to the reporting, bank employees spent hours counting the stash. Meanwhile, the man buying the house was literally sitting inside of a Georgia prison cell. Investigators say his crew on the outside was buying luxury cars, designer clothes, throwing parties, living in penthouses, posting it online. Meanwhile, Arthur allegedly posted, making millions from bed. Eventually, the prison officials found another contraband phone. The forensic investigator pulled the messages off of it. Those messages connected the investigators to the fraud. He eventually pleaded guilty to conspiracy involving mail fraud, wire fraud, bank fraud, and identity theft, receiving more than 11 years in federal prison for the fraud case. After serving state time, he was moved to Jesup, Georgia. My hometown. I ain't even gonna lie, this ain't no high max. It's Jesup. They probably got a barbed wire fence wrapped around that prison. And mind you, it's right down the road from the Jesup airport. He's gone. Okay, back to the point. In ended up at the minimum security prison camp next to FCI Jesup. On May 26, 2026, staff did an inmate count. Arthur wasn't there. They counted again. He wasn't there. He literally just walked away. He literally walked away. Authorities still hadn't publicly explained how he escaped, and they are continuing to search for him. He paid one of them Jesup officers. I bet that's exactly what happened, and then they drove him to the airport. Anywho, according to the reporting, investigators believe the total amount stolen through his schemes may have been more than $15 million. Some legal records also say that he has another state sentence waiting for him after his federal sentence because he later pleaded guilty in a separate case connected to ordering a drive-by shooting from prison. Oh, okay. Like, literally, imagine living in Jesup and hearing this story. This is peak Georgia news, okay? He living his best life. Y'all ain't gonna find him.